What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, yeah. One time for the one time. We in this thing. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? We got something special for you today. We're gonna bring the homie through. She no stranger to the LDBC. You understand me? I see y'all pulling up. We about to go up one time. You are now rocking out with Big Chief Top Cat. We gonna go and turn this motherfucker up though. Y'all ready? Yeah. 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 One time for the one time. Woo! What's up? What's up? Who in the building? Who in the building, man? We got some good shit for y'all today, man. We doing free giveaways and all that. You understand me? You might want to pull up. You might want to tell a friend to tap in. You understand me? It might be your day. You goddamn. Your day might start it out bad today, but you might finish it out for winter. You understand me? Opportunity, goddamn. You got opportunity. You know, fucking around coming over here, goddamn. You gonna wind up the greatest version of yourself. You understand me? Or we gonna put you on that pad. You dig what I mean? We going all the way up. Let's go. Turn up. You know, I'm gonna talk my shit and swallow my spit. You understand me? Yeah. I'm gonna give it to you one way. That's the G way. Y'all bang the like button as y'all come in. Bang the like button as you come in. Y'all know YouTube been playing with my algorithms and shit, man. But this one right here, you don't want to miss. We gonna go up, man. We gonna go ahead on and you know, I kind of played with the topic last time, but I said, you know what? Cause I see this shit here big news. I ain't know they was gonna take it this far. We might well go in on their ass then. Yeah. We might well go in on their ass, man. Who in the building? Who in the building? Birth from Arkin in the building. Crush the motherfucking legend. Brother GK, let's go. Mark Harrison, I see you. Take off Tyson. Phil J508 in this bitch. Cowboy for life, I say you. Renzo Duckworth. Triple OG. Donald, now the 65-year-old G Grant. In the real way. Chauncey Moore, I see you. Super Dad to the rescue. Super Dad to the rescue. That nigga wash dishes, make bottles. Fix peanut butter sandwiches. That nigga's a fool on them peanut butter sandwiches. Tell him, ain't that right, Super Dad? Murph. My nigga. Colors. What's up with it, Murph? One time for the one time. Tracy in the building. Roman Wolf, I see you, family. Turn up. I ain't seen you in a while. How you feeling? Hunter out there in the building. Original copy Indian, I see you, homie. Yeah. West side to best side. Eric Jenkins in the building. What's up with it? EJ home with Braves. Jamal Burks. The Lady T. How you doing, girl? Looking and smelling good. Goddamn, I could put them arms around me. Looking and smelling good. That's my manager, y'all. Hold on, y'all. My food at the door. Hold up. All right, my bad, man. My food's at the door. Special delivery. All right, let me cut these tones, goddamn. Let me cut these tones. Enough is enough. I'm gonna have to call up the YouTube my damn self, man. What's up, man? Goddamn Renzo Duckworth, I see you in a real way. How y'all feeling out there though? CB Sports TV in the building. DJ Cell be busy. One time for the one time. Birthday, look him over, goddamn. Birthday, look me over. Don't act like y'all ain't just see that ass flash across the screen, goddamn. Don't act like y'all ain't see that ass flash across the screen. I ain't got nothing to do with that. What's up with it, Desiree? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh my gosh, hello. I heard you say something about some food, so I went and grabbed me some. Look.
Okay. Bite it for them because I don't want them to think it's fake. You know what I'm saying? No. Don't peel it off. Hold it up and bite one of the motherfuckers out. So I don't want them to think this staged or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
What? Look, no. How?
No, don't put it off one at a time. Hold it up and bite that motherfucker.
Hold up.
Yeah, there you go. God damn it. Get you one or two of the motherfuckers off of there. Cause I don't want them to think this staged or nothing. You understand me?
Hold up. Let me
yeah, it's real to the battlefield, goddamn. Yeah.
How y'all doing though? I can't see y'all, but I feel you.
In a real motherfucking way. 1900 hustle dropped them grapes down. What's up with it, Ricky? Hey, you got your phone on? You got your phone on too?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm on my phone. I was trying to do it through my computer, but it was tripping. So
we gonna make it work.
Okay.
When he fucked up about it, Renzo Duckworth say he might make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but he don't got me. I make one that would have you going doing the dance. Okay. Riz say he
if he make one, just make me one with jelly because I'm allergic to peanuts.
Okay, so she don't like the peanuts, fella. So y'all know what that means, goddamn.
No, hold up, like don't get it confused.
Okay. Cause see, we got real men in the building. You gotta let them know the disclaimer down there. You know.
I don't. I love my women, but not y'all. I don't like y'all like that. You know. Okay.
Not today, any goddamn way. Mr. Finesse, what's up with it, man? Hey, Ricky Starr, my nigga. How the brother said got the boy open, hey. Open like a window, no more window.
Yeah.
Hey, good way, man. I want to start out by saying rest in peace to Ty King got live, man. I ain't gonna lie, that one never felt me, man. After Ty King got live, man, rest in peace to the guy, man. He had a lot of love for me, man. You know, every time we see him, goddamn, every time I see him, he was gonna tap in with me, man. Rest in peace to the guy, man. I hit him up every time. What's the science, God? In a real way, man. Hey, the good die young, like a motherfucker, man. We got some giveaways going on today too. Man, I try to do it on your computer one more time. Try to see if it'll work out on your computer, cause it got like a little noise coming out the back of it.
I mean, you might have to run me through that part again.
On your computer. Now I was saying, see if you could see if you could log in. See if you could come on through your computer in the chat, and I'm gonna drop the link in the chat and see if that'll work.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, they saying it's feedback. We're gonna turn up, man. We got a good show for y'all today. Then we're gonna end it off with some giveaways. You know what I'm saying? We might as well go and start getting into the giveaways right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask y'all a few questions. Y'all already know how it go. You understand me? You don't get paid to think, you get paid to know. You feel me? So I'm gonna ask y'all a question, and when y'all drop that cash app after that, we gonna do it like that. You feel me? We gonna do it like that. We about to see if she can get on here. We know it's doing a little feedback, a little kickback. You understand me? We gonna get it together though. We about to go in on these goddamn Democrats because think they split.
All right,
let me see what them lights looking like.
Real quick, did you put that link in there?
All right, I just dropped it. Hey, what's that in the background? What you got?
That's That's your video finna pop up. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay, okay. Oh, shit. YouTube ain't hating today, goddamn. They got commercials in my shit.
Look, hold on. You see that?
Yeah, so you'll have to put it in Google. Go on YouTube through Google. Yeah, go to YouTube, then go to the video. All right, y'all. We gonna ask. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna ask this question. The whoever get it right, drop your cash out. How many cops did Bill Clinton want to put on the streets? What was Bill Clinton's slogan back in '94 when they passed the crime bill? What was his slogan? How many cops did he want to put on the streets? How many cops did Bill Clinton? While we let the Queen get it together over here, while she pull it up. Get it right, y'all. Dropped it. We're gonna do a cash app question real quick. You don't get paid to think, you get paid to know. Goddamn. What was Bill Clinton slogan for the 1994 crime bill? How many cops did he want to put on the streets? Tracy say use Google Chrome if you have to. If you have it.
I don't know if I have it on here or not. I don't know. It always do this on my computer. I don't know why I do that. Let's see.
Tracy, you want to come up, Tracy? Tracy, come up. Tracy, bang the link. Come up. Come help us out. Hunter said 2 million. It damn sure felt like it did. It damn sure felt like it. Hey, it damn sure felt like it. All right, Tracy won. Goddamn, with a googling ass. Tracy, you at work yet? If you ain't at work, come on the panel. Goddamn, drop your cash out. What's your cash out? What's your damn cash out? You know what I'm saying? You ought to not even be able to be a winner any goddamn way. That was the answer, 100,000, and now everybody coming right behind you now. Now everybody coming right behind you. He say 3 strikes, you're out. You act like a motherfucker. Nigga, do not collect $200. Nigga, do not pass go. She said she at work. Okay. Look ass nigga over there cheating on them folks' computer. He said, damn, I was 2 over. All right. We wait on that cash up, and when she drop it out there, fellas, let me tell y'all something. When she drop that cash up, fellas, feel free to send her lunch. Okay. One of y'all feel free to send her lunch. Listen to me, homie. It's gonna be confidential. It's gonna be confidential. You understand me? When she drop that cash app down there, feel free to bang that motherfucker, okay? It will be confidential, okay? Ain't nobody gonna be in your business or nothing. ain't nobody gonna know. It's gonna say 4 on there, just say for lunch. You understand me? Rudy in the building. Little Rudy. Rudy Roo. 5-head Rudy Roo. What's up with it? Rude, how you feeling? He said Clint got love from black people while locking our ass up. You know, niggas love a nigga that fuck over them. You understand me? We motherfuckers, we feel like you don't love us if you ain't fucking us over, goddamn. No bands. Okay, y'all, did y'all get that down there? Her name is No Bands. Y'all look that Cash App up down there, goddamn. No Bands. Don't worry about it. We got more questions coming. We just gonna start it off while the Queen getting it together over there. She's smiling hard. She's smiling like a Chester cat on that goddamn. She's smiling like a Chester cat on that goddamn Cash App picture. Fellas, you gotta get in there on that Cash App if you want to see that picture. She got a little cleavage hanging out too. I ain't gonna put her business in the street, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all get on over there and bang that Cash App. It will be confidential. You know what I'm saying? It'll be confidential like a motherfucker.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Why I can't win?
God damn it, because you can't win.
That's that millennial stuff right there. Not even allowing me to win. I deserve a fair chance.
Yeah,
This is beyond the scope.
this is
So
beyond the scope, goddamn. You should tell Rude to give me the discount, goddamn. Hey, all right, help the queen out, help sis out. She trying to get it together over there on the mic. Help out.
Hello. Hello.
hey, how you doing,
Hi.
sis?
Look, I just heard it on here. It just like I think. Hold on. Try to send that link one more time because I think I just downloaded like the Chrome. Because I think I just downloaded the Chrome. So send a link one more time, or I can. Why?
You want me to drop it in the chat?
Yeah. And I'm gonna see if it'll take this away. I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me.
No. Do your thing. What's up with it, Jay Cooley? Jay Cooley, boy, you something else. You seen you knew it was women on the counter, and you finally brought your ass in here. I ain't seen your ass in 3 weeks, nigga. I'm still waiting on my motherfucking ounce of weed, nigga, from November 19, nigga, 2019. We done been through COVID-19, nigga, and you still ain't gave me my goddamn ounce of weed yet, nigga. Talking about somebody passed the scale, nigga. What you about to weigh my 28 grams up on that motherfucker? Khadijah coming here. What's up, Khadijah? Go put the drawers on. Ain't nothing going on today, goddamn. Talking about I just came back from getting my I just came back from, never mind, I ain't going there today. We ain't going there. We gonna stick to the information. Rizzo say, Vanessa, we love Obama and he made us homosexual. But y'all niggas third out of the chat. Y'all third out of the chat. Jesus, how you feeling? Rude say, I'm driving, y'all. What the pound about? We ain't about to do nothing but roast your ass real quick, Rude. He say, piss show.
Okay, so
hop off Rude.
Y'all, real quick. How you say you supposed to do it when you hold on, when you take the link and put it in the go through Google. How you do it when you
okay, yeah, I was saying like you can go through you can go to YouTube from Google, right? And then you can go to my channel. I mean, come to this video and then click the link in the video, and it should take you right to it.
Okay, let me see.
Joe Jack coming in, this motherfucker got cream all on his mouth and shit. Nigga ain't washed up. Nigga ain't washed up. Sitting there grabbing him by his hand. Man, y'all better quit letting these women freak y'all out like that, man. Nigga, show some dignity, nigga. Sitting there grabbing all on your motherfucking head and shit, nigga. Then when it's your turn, nigga, she talking about hurry up for the kids wake up. Nah, fuck all that, nigga. The motherfucker just gotta be woke. She talking about fuck you, nigga.
Okay, I think it's working, y'all. I think it's working. Hold up.
What's up with it, fam? Prince 21345678910 in this motherfucker. I tell you. All right, fellas, green from the north side. What's up with it, family?
Okay, y'all. I think I'm in here. Hold on.
Okay, I see you.
Let me hang up on here. Oh my gosh, y'all! Like I'm all extra late. Like, excuse me. Can y'all?
We good now. Yeah, we better now.
Oh yeah, that's much better.
Okay. Listen, my deepest apologies to y'all.
No need.
Okay, I'm here. Congratulations on winning that number, because I swear I was probably about 99,000 off.
Good.
Yes, I was about 99,000 off. So, hello, Queen. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, sis? My beautiful sis.
Thank you. I'm here. I'm just happy to be here. All right, sincerely, I'm happy to be here. I appreciate the support, from everybody. We in a time right now where we literally have to support each other. It's just nothing else. It's not nothing else.
Absolutely.
Hey, bite them grapes one more time for them niggas, goddamn. For the people who just now coming in, goddamn, because I don't want them to think.
life together.
I don't want them to think this is set up or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You know, in case they forgot who I
Don't feed
was.
into his
Goddamn.
foolishness, girl. Don't let him put you out.
Look, it's all love. We here to have fun and get some information. Because I tell you what, I'm excited. I'm excited. Y'all done gave me a boost in energy, and I'm excited.
I feel you. I feel you.
All right, so we're gonna turn up today's topic, man. We're gonna build on Joe Biden, the true history on why he don't want to defund the police. What's up? I'm Avery's Queen coming here with them titties out. I'm Avery's Queen coming here. She spoke, y'all speak back. Show some hospitality. Show some hospitality. Bang the light, boy, goddamn. Bang the light, boy. We about to turn up. All right,
Hey, lovely.
who you speaking to down there?
I was speaking to Aries Queen.
Hey, I'm just gonna ask this here, Tracy. Did one of them niggas hit that cash up?
They did.
They
Somebody hit
did.
that.
Okay, I'm gonna get out your business. It's confidential, okay? Because I don't want to run them off. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to run them off. You know what I'm saying?
Whoever that was, you show love. I appreciate it.
Okay, don't be taken out of mine now, goddamn. I got a show to do down there. Tracy, goddamn. All right, we
ain't
gonna
taking
talk
nothing
business.
out the
Don't worry about it. We'll talk business later. All right, so we're gonna turn up like this here. we're gonna turn up like this here, man. All right. Slave patrols, man, the early form of American policing, okay? And so, man, you know, with everything going on in the world right now, man, and the way the police are acting, man, this is all by design, you feel me? It's a lot of people out there who talking about these Democrats who talking about police refund and all of this. I want to tell you something. Do not believe them until they really make a move. Same way they've been pump faking on us, getting us in the air and getting 3 shots at the foul line and shit, you understand me? With this whole reparations claim, and we still haven't seen that significant change. Majority of the places in America have Democrats in place. You feel me? And all of these places, and it's not a coincidence that all of these places where the Democrats are is high in crime rate. You know what I'm saying? We'll take Chicago for example, man. They just had the highest killing in a while, man. It was like 18 people got killed there in a day. You feel me? And so this is a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? This is ran by the Democrat, Lori Lightfoot, with her ugly ass, Whoopi Goldberg, little sister looking ass. You know what I'm saying? But it's now I want to tell you this shit is by design. You feel me? Now when we back it up and we see what a police department came from, you feel me? So we're gonna tap in right here, man. We're gonna go into the slave patrollers oath, right, in North Carolina, 1828, right? I do swear that I will as hold on, let me run it back. I do swear that I will, as searcher for guns, swords, and other weapons among the slaves in my district, faithfully and as privately as I can, discharge the trust reposed in me as the laws direct to the best of my powers. So help me God. That was the slave patroller's oath, okay? This nigga say he would search for guns, swords, and other weapons among the slaves in his district faithfully and privately as I can. Discharge the trust reposed in me as the law directs for the best of my power. So help me God. You feel me? So we're gonna come down here. When one thinks about police in the early America, there are a few images that may come to mind. A county sheriff enforcing debt between neighbors, a constable serving an arrest warrant on horseback, or a lone night watchman carrying a ladder through his sleeping town. These organization practices were adopted to the colonies from England and formed the foundations of American law enforcement. However, there's another significant organ of American policing that we cannot forget, and that is slave patrol. The American South relied amongst exclusively on slave labor, and white Southerners lived near constant fear of slave rebellion, disrupting the economic status quo. As a result, these patrols were one of the earliest and most prolific forms of early policing in the South. The responsibility of patrols was straightforward: to control the movement and behaviors of enslaved populations according to history, to chase down, apprehend, and return to their owners, runaway slaves, to provide or form organized terror to deter slave revolts. 3, to maintain a form of discipline for slave workers who were subject to summary justice outside the law. Organized policing was one of the many types of social control imposed on slaves in the South. Physical, psychological violence took many forms, including an overseer brutally whipped, the intentional breakup of families, the privation of food and other necessities, and the private employment of slave catchers to track down runaways. Slave patrols no less violent. Slave patrols were no less violent in their control to beat, terrorize as well. This distinction was that they were legally compelled to do so by local authorities. Let me tell you something, homie. These motherfuckers were compelled to do so, legally compelled to do so by local authorities. Okay, so the same shit that they doing now, they are legally compelled. You understand me, to do this in this sense that it can.
If I could add into that, it's crazy that you're saying that, because I had literally just came across this post where they actually had, back in those times, and I don't specifically remember the exact dates, but they actually had, and excuse my language, nigger permits, which, like you were saying, allowed the Europeans at the time to actually collect slaves, even if they were free. They gave them privileged right to be able to take slaves, and it later on became, an organization called the police. So yeah, you're definitely spot on when it comes to that. That's crazy.
In a real way. All right. Typically, slave patrol routines included enforcing curfews, checking travelers for permission pass, like you were just speaking about, catching those assembled without permission, and preventing any form of organized resistance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The history of the police in the South grows out of early vaccination by white patrollers most law enforcement was definition white patrolmen, watchmen catching or beating blacks. The process on how one became a patroller differ throughout the colony. Some government order local militias to select patrollers for their rosters of white men in the region within a certain age range. That's why I say, man, when you're talking about militias, America was built on militias. You feel me? So when you see these white boys out here with these guns and all this type of shit, or even at the protests and shit, these renegade ass white boys out there and all this type of shit, these were the same white boys that were enslaved. Their ancestors were enslaved here, or in some form of indentured servitude, as they was brought over here from England. Now, especially some around the revolutionary time, they were given passes to the British to actually team up with the British and help them. And if they will win, then they will be granted land. Same as when they'll come down south, and they'll fight our ancestors down there. And if they were to win, then they would be granted land. And this is where you get all the homestead laws and all these different laws, which end up industrializing these plantations and shit that they was putting them on or whatever. But yeah, because most of the white boys back then was broke any goddamn way. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to eat at the same time. All right, that's enough of that shit, right? That's enough of that shit. Now we got some nigga shit going on right now, man. I'm gonna play this real quick, man. I'm gonna give me a bite. Hold on, Tracy and fell out. You back? Quay, what's up with it, Quay? Dre Fine is in the building. Chosen 15 say Top Cat distracted up there. Nah, we get money. E Woodson, I see you, family. J Cooler say Top Cat, have you seen me, fam? Cause it's a drought out here, fam. More prices going up. Nigga, I'm gonna tell the most high on your motherfucking ass, nigga. Tell the most high on your motherfucking ass. Tracy, get it together, goddamn. I think Tracy over there trying to get at that nigga must send his email or phone number in that cash app or something, goddamn. You said you ain't just dropping out for nothing, goddamn. That nigga must put his phone number in that cash app. Crystal, what's up with it, Crystal? All right, we're gonna go into this right here, man. Check this nigga shit out. Check this nigga shit out right here. Let me share my screen for y'all. Tracy, you gonna stay your ass in? You gonna come in, or you gonna stay your ass out? You ain't be running in and out my door, goddamn it. You ain't gonna be running in and out chasing these niggas in and out my goddamn door.
of major cities all around. More chaos and crime and carnage in their streets. Just listen to these chilling remarks, a recent conference call obtained by WTW News from a Chicago alderman and Lori Lightfoot's shocking response. Take a listen.
We can't expect our police, and I don't fault them at all, to be able to control this. But I know that we asked our faith base yesterday to stand as the front line between police and looters and rioters. And I am simply not comfortable telling my churches, those people, to be the intermediary in the middle of a riot.
Hey, y'all check it out. Peep the play, right? Them niggas say we asked our faith base, right? Faith base is the faith base initiative, right? That's the FBI. So this is a relationship that the government and your black church have, right? All pastors, right? But really they were concerned about it. And this is just another form of controlling the religion, right? Controlling the religion. So they talking about the rioters and shit. They out there trying to send the goddamn pastors. The same pastors who lock you niggas out during Corona, right? They trying to send them niggas ass out there on y'all ass.
Neighborhoods are already obliterated. It's too late. What happens when they start going after residents? Going into the neighborhoods? Once they start trying to break down people's doors? Well, no, I want an answer. You commented on everybody. I want an answer. It's not something you ignore. This is a question that I have.
I think you're 100% full of what I say.
All right, joining us now with reaction, we have civil rights attorney Leo Terrell, along with the co-host of the Tightrope podcast, professor at the ever-prestigious Harvard.
Look at this ugly ass little boy right here. Both of them some ugly ass niggas.
That is it over there.
What's wrong with that? Bulldog face ass little boy.
Grumpy old men like shit.
That little bit ass suit on. I'm coming out here. Boy, you too black to be doing that. Any kind of cooning for these goddamn white folks. Chocolate ass nigga.
University, Dr. Cornell West. Dr. West, 749 cops, rocks, bricks, Molotov cocktails, 22 cops in D.C. hospitalized for concussions. We saw a 38-year police.
Hey, that's your hood. You heard anything about that?
You know what? I've been hearing so much about DC right now. It's ridiculous. And you know, it's home of politics. So they have something constantly going on. It is a story that I did hear. I was very vague with it. So I didn't jump too much into it, but they definitely have a lot of shenanigans going on in DC right now. And then DC is kind of one of the places that had like the highest coronavirus cases. And so I think a lot of that was, like I said, over exaggerated. And we really don't know for sure what the numbers are, but as it stands, it's one of the highest. It has one of the highest COVID cases right now, and so I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
Murdered in St. Louis. We have a cop in Vegas shot in the head. 749. Do you support this madness of defunding the police?
Well, let me first say it's just good to be in dialogue with God bless you. Loved ones, and as you know, we just buried
Frederick Douglass. That's who that is.
Professor, there's universal agreement.
We got to keep this day has been a very, very happy day for many of us, my brother. So in talking about this, let's try to be clear about this now. We must have respect, and there must be ability to protect. You have to have police who respect the community. There has to be some community control, accountability of both citizens and police, and recognizing that the deeper issues of poverty, dilapidated schools, housing, shattered family, communities, not enough jobs with a living wage, that generates a despair.
Professor, let me ask you, serious question.
But there has to be democratic control over the police.
Professor, I need to ask you. Every liberal big city, Chicago, run decades by Democrats. They've allowed the violence, and they have failed our American children with the most horrific schools in the country.
The police, they don't have enough housing, they don't have enough education. They don't have the living wage. That's under Rahm Emanuel. Now, I'm no fan of Rahm Emanuel, but I'm certainly no supporter, as you know, you and your good friend, Brother Trump himself.
Why did Rahm Emanuel, why did he not fix the violence?
But I'm going to in the name of truth.
Okay, why didn't he fix the violence? Why haven't they fixed our broken school systems? We have failed America's children.
Sean, you have to. Boy, every time you get them white folks, they get a leg up on your motherfucking ass, nigga. They gonna piss on you.
Look, well, that's only if the person they trying to piss on don't have their information in order.
Oh, wait.
They don't have the information in order, and it's crazy because I was looking up some information, and police actually have it's a statute, and it's called, if I'm not mistaken, the 1938 statute. And so what happens is, if you're a victim of police brutality, and as we know, police brutality comes in many forms. It's not just physical abuse, but when they do like illegal search and seizures, when they tamper with evidence, when any type of misconduct, they do have a statute. It's called the 1938 statute. And what it does is, if you're a victim of police brutality and you take them to court, if you as the victim cannot prove that prior to your situation there was an identical happening or an identical situation that police that you're accusing has encountered, the police officer automatically receives immunity. You know what I'm saying? And then your case gets thrown out. So like I said, it's crazy because they have these loopholes, and they utilize these loopholes to their best. You know what I'm saying? And they really don't give us the ability to utilize our rights the way we should. But if you do know your rights and you do know the law, which is why I suggest everybody pick up a book and read up on your state laws, whether they be the basic state laws, whether it be housing state laws, taxes. People don't even realize when it comes to taxes, how many taxes they take out, and really don't have to. But when you don't know the law, it makes it easier for them. And of course, like he said, they are slacking on our education system. I don't approve of the public education system in the first place. But the fact that they put these laws out, and a lot of time people don't even realize the police don't even utilize their own laws. The laws that they've set, they don't even utilize their own laws. So I really honestly suggest people at this point really read up on their laws. Laws change every day, statutes change every day, and it's critical because it's public information, and nobody want to read. It seems like nobody want to reach out and grab it. Everybody wants somebody else to be a leader or to be the hero. But we can all be our own leaders. We can all be our own. All we have to do is literally pick up a book. Even if you don't like to read, go to Google. You have all of these resources. Physically talk to attorneys, or if you're in a situation, I know a lot of people, with this COVID case, and them trying to enforce martial law on us, a lot of people don't know who to talk to, but you do have, your departments, like your Department of Defense, your Department of Justice, your Department of Commerce, all of these places that you can literally utilize and know what your rights are. So in the event of something occurring, you can be able to backlash at these people in a positive way. And it don't even have to be negative. You just use the law against them. You know what I'm saying? So I just sincerely just recommend everybody just take a 15 minutes out of your day every day. And that's something that I do now. Take about 15 minutes out of your day and look up at least one constitutional law, or at least one book, or one attorney, or something that may be able to help you to navigate through situations like this. Because I feel like, especially in DC, because it's so political based, we're going to start hearing a whole lot more stuff. I don't think this is like this is literally like the beginning. It literally scratched the surface. And if we don't open our books and open our minds, then these things are going to keep happening and people are just going to keep complaining. And before you know it, we're not going to have any heroes that are going to be able to help us because they're taking them all out. So, you know, I just wanted to get that message out there to people sincerely.
In a real way.
Yeah, it's crazy. Knowledge is power. I don't understand why people don't be like learning. To me, it's fun. Seriously.
Hey, yeah, there was some Jews y'all can use right there. She dropping Jews. Hey, watch this here. So what the white boy just set him up, right? Because he know that Cornell coming at a Cape. He coming in at a Cape for some other white boys. This ain't even no black agenda Cornell in there trying to build on, right? But see, white folks know when niggas coming in on some bullshit. And so what he did was he stopped Cornell in his tracks, right? He say, nigga, you coming out here caping for them, but what about Ron Emanuel, right? This motherfucker, Democrats been running Chicago forever, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you got more violence, you got more motherfucking killings, you got you got poverty, nigga. You got motherfucking low job rates, low motherfucking education over there, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all out here? Why you niggas got something saying y'all ain't got y'all standing on side these motherfuckers? And this your problem over here. And so he brought it out here, and he got this nigga right here, this ugly ass little boy right here, finna come cape for him, right? It's about to turn up in this motherfucker. Bang the light bulb, bang the cash up, goddamn. Let's turn up. Quit looking at me, nigga.
You asked in a court of law. He won't. He just gave me old talking point. I'll speak to you, Dr. Cornell West, black man to black man.
Okay, he told that white boy, get out the way. Let me get this nigga for you, white boy. Hey, white boy got his rocks out. Watch this here. He finna get his rocks off and sick that nigga on his ass.
American children with the most horrific schools in the country.
They go to the police. They don't have enough housing. They don't have enough education. They don't have enough of the living wage. That's under Rahm Emanuel. Now, I'm no fan of Rahm Emanuel, but I'm certainly no supporter, as you know, you and your good friend, Brother Trump.
Why didn't Rahm Emanuel? Why did he not fix the violence?
But I'm going to get in the name of truth.
Okay, Leo, why didn't he fix the violence?
Okay, he finna sick his nigga on it. That's why that nigga sitting there frowned up with the bulldog face, goddamn. Nigga, don't you dare talk to my master like that.
Systems, we have failed America's children.
You know, Sean, you asked Dr. Cornell West the type of question you asked in a court of law. He won't. He's just giving me old talking point. I'll speak to you, Dr. Cornell West, black man to black man. There's something going on, and you try to, you know, it's my turn. You try to conflate protesting and police misconduct. And shame on you. And you're absolutely wrong. You won't address the issue. You will refuse to address the issue because I'm talking to you. You're not my brother. You're not my brother.
Yeah. Y'all talk to him, goddamn. Tell him what's on your heart, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit off your heart, nigga. You ain't my motherfucking brother, nigga. You see my motherfucking master standing right here, nigga. We don't fuck with you.
You are hurting black people by having this position. You are taking the wrong position. That's it. No, my brother. That stuff plays out. Oh my God. You have lost control. You're a dinosaur.
You're a thug, nigga. He ain't part of his group, nigga. Tell him again, goddamn. Boy, you niggas is something. Boy, you get you niggas in front of the white boy. I'm scared of you niggas with white folks around. I'm gonna tell you right now, nigga. I gotta keep a pistol on me. You niggas get around white folk, boy, you niggas lose y'all motherfucking mind, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That nigga, you know, he gotta denounce your motherfucking ass in front of that white boy. You are not my brother. And then he gonna go back and tell that nigga, you heard what I told his motherfucking ass, nigga.
Listen.
And you know what?
Oh,
you are wrong, my friend. No, I don't think so. Because your position is so way off. I will not respect
you come out of the public disrespecting people.
Yes,
You disrespect me the day that Brother Floyd is fighting the trade.
That does not work on me. That does not work on me. You're keep saying that. It's all talking points.
You better make sure you have somebody.
Hang on, guys. Leo, give me a second. Guys, everybody's mic'd out. Hang on. Guys, one at a time. Cornell West, then we'll go to Leo. Cornell, you're up.
Now it's Floyd Jr. put in the grave. No.
Bust stop. No, this.
Can I just say, you know what? You asked him a very simple question. He won't say he's against defunding the police because you know what? He's in favor of defunding the police. I'm opposed to it. And this man is a dinosaur. We have to protect our black community. And you know what? Professor West and I are on this program because we have education. We have to improve education.
Let me go back to Professor West. Professor, go ahead.
Professor, you're a dinosaur.
Nigga on the wall. Who's the nigga-ish nigga of them all? And both of them raised their motherfucking hand. Y'all nigga ass out my motherfucking screen. I hear with all that nigga shit. What you think about that, Dez?
It's ludicrous. I mean, we're at a point now, and it's crazy because, you know, you see two black men and a white man conducting a situation that, and it's just like you sit and you let them do it, and we wonder why our people can't stand together. I mean, can you show to who was it? Who I forget the name of the guy who was accused of molesting his daughter. But he was a part of Congress or something like that. And he was accused of molesting his daughter by somebody else. And the thing is, it was two European men. And the thing is, they're not going to show, you know, the Europeans on there arguing with each other. They want to make it seem like, you know, they stand together. But then they portray black people, you know, like we can't come to a common ground. I understand that we're not always going to agree on everything. That's just balance of the universe. No, everybody's not going to agree. But coming into at least an understanding on each parts, we can't even do that. So, and like I said, I think people get too caught up in money. They get too caught up in politics and causing confusion. And this is what we get. You know, they're never going to come to a common ground. And I just think I'm more upset the fact that, you know, we have too many black people that give in to all of this ricochet and all of this craziness, and we don't have enough standing on our sides. I'm not for the Democratic Party. I'm not for the Republican Party. I'm not even for the motherfucking liberals. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of them, to be honest. I just feel like everybody at this point should be their own businesses, because we really don't need politics, but now because everybody is so conditioned, we kind of need politics. But I really feel like at this point, it's kind of like a every man for themselves. And as long as we have people like this that are for, you know, funding the police and being a part of the all blue badge and all of that shit, we're never really just gonna come to a common ground. And it's shameful. It's disrespectful to our background. It's disrespectful to our children. You know, because our children look up to people like this, or should look up to people like this, but they can't. You know what I'm saying? So
that white boy straight brought that nigga on that bitch just to get it. He wild the shit up and then sick that nigga on it. You know?
Every single time. They won't show two European men on here arguing, even though behind closed doors, they argue a whole lot more than we do. You know what I'm saying? If you look at some of the debates that they have, or generally like around election time when everybody's trying to do their campaigning and stuff, you'll see it a little bit more frequent. The European people I don't really just like saying white people, because it's just not white people. European comes in all branches. But the thing is, they generally don't show that. And so that is also, I think, a really big part of how we can not only just conduct ourselves, but if we see that, how are we to perceive anything positive? How are we supposed to move forward? How do we look at police in a positive light when we see shenanigans like this? You know what I'm saying? We don't, like I said, it's ridiculous, and I don't feel like we're gonna come to a common ground, at least no time soon. You know what I'm saying? Because people are too ignorant, and people are too people don't want to be uncomfortable enough to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? They rather just take what people say, they rather take what media says, and it's just crazy because people be like, oh, you know, when you look at, what is it called, mainstream media really don't be telling you too much or nothing. They don't tell you nothing. You literally have to find the information for yourself, just like with the George Floyd, all of that shenanigans, whatever. 2 months, it was 2 months prior to when the situation was actually exposed, and then I guess
let me get this super chat, Queen. Hold on, let me get Big 7A say, nigga on the wall, who's the biggest nigga of them all? He said, laugh my ass off up there. Salute LDBC. Hey, what's up with it, Jazzy? I see you, Jazzy. Who was that, man? I seen one of you niggas down there in the chat. Who was that? Dog Truth, motherfucker, there, right? Dog Truth come in the building, right? He already late. Harlem World in the building. He late.
I want to shout out 78 Sports too. 78 Sports TV. How are you, friend? I know I see him in the chats too. Yes. And everybody, if I didn't say hello to everybody in the chat, hi everybody. Excuse me.
Hey, Dog Truth come in here, goddamn. Pamela must have been turned around. He must have seen nothing but ass, goddamn. He come in here talking about I'm late, chat. He said Pamela eyes wide clear. I'm late to the chat. Do you know their essential talking point? The nigga that tucked his motherfucking shirt in, and nigga that shot 2 shots of motherfucking smell good in his mouth. He didn't put out some of that Cousin Junior hard cologne and shit. He coming up evening. Don't mind to bother you. Don't mean to bother you, but do you know the essential talking points of the get your motherfucking ass about your daughter? What's up with it? Yoshi, we got that Jazzy Fox to the building. Jazzy Chi-Town in the building. Supreme B say they got us looking bad, Top Cat. Blow the wind, God.
I do.
Oh, you niggas. COVID-19. Oh, you niggas that. All right, I'm gonna share my screen, goddamn. We gonna move on. I'm gonna share my screen. We about to turn this motherfucker up, though, goddamn. Let's go and get to the good shit real quick. D McGee laughing. Hit a nigga ass with it. I blow the wind of God on your motherfucking ass, nigga. Blow the wind of God on your nigga ass. All right, let's turn up in this motherfucker, goddamn. Let's walk this shit down real quick.
We have a moratorium on sales tax. So if you'd like to come back and shop for next Christmas, people of New York City would love to have you. Just a little plug.
Funny looking ass nigga.
Personally, and for the people of the city of New York, first of all, for his advocacy of and passage of the crime bill. It's meant a great deal to the city over the last 3 years. In dollars, we've received over $400 million to hire 2,000 additional police officers, 2,000 additional civilians, who allowed us to put a number of other police officers back out on the street. And it has helped considerably in the reduction in crime in New York City, which has been the source of a great deal of assistance to the city. The city of New York is going through a real comeback, and a lot of it is attributed to the declines in crime and to the improvement of quality of life. And that would be impossible at this level without the crime bill, which you helped to pass. Last October, we announced a major initiative against drugs so that we could, over the next 2 to 3 years, reduce drugs the way we've reduced crime, so that we could hopefully lead America in drug reduction the way we have in crime reduction. In order to do that, we have to expand treatment programs, we have to expand education and prevention efforts, and we need more police officers. All the things that you provided for in the crime bill.
They need police officers, all the things they put in the motherfucking crime bill.
Police officers here in the city and the citizens.
All right, we got enough. That's what we wanted to get. We got enough on that, goddamn. Let me swing it over here. Walk this shit down. I want to run through it.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This
Bill
is crazy.
Bill Clinton claimed that 100,000 cops sent the crime rate way down. I worked hard to put more than 100,000 police on the street, and the crime rate went way down, said former President Bill Clinton in an interview on CNN. During Clinton presidency, his 1994 proposal to the federal government pay for 100,000 additional police officers was one of his signature talking points, and certainly helped neutralize GOP attacks about Democrats being weak on crime. Meanwhile, there's no doubt that the crime rate went down dramatically during his presidency, but one thing have much to do with another. We will leave aside the debate to whether there were actually 100,000 additional police officers hired under the nearly $10 billion in grants provided by the Community-Oriented Police Services Program between 1994 and 2000. The question has never quite been resolved. In 2005, the Government Accountability Office pegged the numbers at 88,000 sworn officers. All right, I'm finna move along, run through this shit. All right, now I'm gonna be reading from this book. I'm gonna be reading from a book. Okay, now this section of the book is called "A Cop on Every Corner." All right, it's called a cop on every corner. After Clinton won the election, and after Clinton won the election, and his aides began to talk about the details of the revised crime bill that would be proposed in Congress. They used the same description. However, the advisors also knew about the what one called the tremendous skepticism among Washington elites about whether the Arkansas can actually put his new Democrat ideals and the social issues into practice. Among other things, one transition memo warned critics would examine Clinton's proposal in detail, making sure that the hidden agenda, particularly a liberal Trojan horse, does not lurk inside. It was during the period of 100,000 community police officers became the Clinton buzzword, as the police course was little discussed publicly. As disappointed suspect as the president-elect had bowed to opposition from the police union, he noted that Scully, a NAPO, once endorsed the police corps, but changed his stance after it was criticized by some of the groups of other leaders. Scully did tell Clinton campaign aides during the summer of 1992 that the NAPO wanted nothing to do with the police corps, but he denied his organization made Clinton idea quid pro quo for NAPO's backing of the Democratic candidate. All right, let me swing down here. I'm gonna come down here on this. Give me 2 seconds. This bitch froze up on me. Hey, y'all bang the like button, bang the cash app. Goddamn, we about to turn up.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all keep the lights up out there. Beefing up the police suddenly gained currency as a quick fix to combat crime in 1993, but the details were very much up for grabs. With Clinton campaign promise clashing with the budget's realities, the consensus of the key Democrats in Congress and administration was to seek $3.4 billion in the crime legislation that would pay for 50,000 officers as a down payment for the 100,000. All right, check that out. All right, the $3 billion that would have paid for 50,000 of the officers as a down payment for 100,000 to fulfill Clinton's vow. Adam Walensky influence continued to be felt on Capitol Hill. His senators Joseph Biden, Edward Kennedy, and others pressing for the police corps to be a stronger part of the new program, while the White House tried to de-emphasize it. The corps continued a part of Clinton's overall plan after surveying the agreements competing ideas. Let me come down here. The spring of the administration. Nah, not that one. Let me skip down. As the summer 1993 wore on, pursuit was building Clinton for Democratic anti-crime leaders in Congress like Biden and New York Representative Charles Schumer to announce the White House version of the crime bill that the Democrats had been drafting. On July the 9th, Reno wrote a memo to the president agreeing that we need police on the streets, but declaring that we don't have enough money for 100,000. She said the Justice Department will finance what the context of the budget numbers were being tossed around was ridiculously small. Community police corps at a cost of $5 million each year for 5 years. Over the next few days, White House aides advised the president to ignore Reno and push ahead on the pledge for 100,000 cops. All right. I'm gonna end it. I'm finna get y'all out of here on this. Let me scroll down a little more. Let me scroll down a little more. Let me get over here. Crime and politics. All right, everyone wanted money dispersed at a fast and possible. Biden, a veteran of federal anti-crime grants, remembered the LEAA era when some police departments hired consultants to help them through the federal application made. So Biden met with Attorney General Reno soon after the law declared Congress and supported a startling idea: limit to one page the application form that cities had to fill out to share the federal dollars. Ronald Kane, who moved from Biden's staff to the Justice Department, was overseeing the crime implications, quickly agreed. Justice Dezidc during the same week, Jerry Louisville Mayor had head of the U.S. Congress of Mayors, which had lobbied hard for COPS program. It fell to another Reno aide, Kent Marcus, to get applications down the size required by the meeting maneuvers. All right, man, I ain't gonna be able to get all of this out, man. It's a long book. Probably have to do something like this here on Patreon where I can get it all out how I wanted to, man. This is a good read right here. But for time, since I'm gonna move on a little bit, man. We're gonna go to this here, then I'm gonna open it back up. Crime bill boosts already private prisons. All right, Washington. While President Clinton, gun owners, law officials, and others lobby fiercely for and against the crime bill, the people who would build and operate private prisons were too busy to pay attention. They're in the midst of a building boom, and the future growth of profits seemed guaranteed long before Congress finally passed the record $30 billion measure. We didn't have enough lobbyists on Capitol Hill, said Peggy Lawrence, a spokesman for Corrections Corp of America, the nation's largest private prison builder and manager. Okay, we already had a fairly full plate, and besides, we know that one way or the other, more funds will have to be found for prisons. True enough, the crime bill that Congress finally passed this week contains $9.9 billion to help states pay for new prisons, which are popping up at a rising rate from Maine to California, almost every state in between. Okay, and so this crime bill not only put 100,000 cops on the street, but it also started the building process of all these private prisons. Goddamn, from California, from Maine to California, and the states between. All right, these motherfuckers put $30 billion into this project, nigga. That was just then. So all of this shit that we see going on right now, homie, is all by design. All right, but hold on, let's walk this shit down. The inmate total nationwide is now about 1.4 million, up 55% from about 900,000 in 1987, and the number is sure to grow. Okay, this is 1994. This article is from 1994, my nigga.
That's crazy.
The Nashville, Tennessee-based Corporation Corp of America is building 4 new prisons now to add to the 17 that they operate or manages in the United States today. With crime the public number one concern, with many politicians calling for putting more thugs behind bars. Corporation Corp spokesman Ms. Lawrence said, let me run that back. With crime the public's number one concern, and politicians calling for putting more thugs behind bars, Correction Corp spokesman Ms. Lawrence said, we have great growth prospects. Okay? These motherfuckers say they got great growth prospects, homie. So they finna lock your nigga ass up. And guess who leading the charge on it? Your motherfucking boy Joey B. Joey B is the front man, the spokesman for locking niggas ass up. The company income rose 33%. Listen to this. The company income rose 33% during the first 6 months. Okay, during the first 6 months, these niggas already making profit. They already licking their motherfucking fingers. Know where they gonna vacate next year on y'all motherfucking ass for the summer. With the same period last year, a $2 million one-time interest payment caused a loss in 1991. But the company rebounded by focusing on larger and more profitable facilities. All right. Correction Corp shares rose 11%. Shares, nigga. Niggas started buying shares and niggas getting locked up. All right. Correction Corp shares rose 11% in the heat of the crime bill debate, climbing from $15.75 on August 16th, one high year of $17.50 Wednesday. They closed it Friday at $17.25. Correction Corps emerged a decade ago as one of the first new wave for profit prison operations and has now about 20 competitors. Let me run that back. Correction Corp emerged a decade ago. So this would have been emerged in 1984 and as one of the first new waves for profit prisons, nigga, operators, and now has 20 competitors. One of them is Wagnut Corrections Corp, which runs a closed second to Correction Corp. In the first profit prison business together, they house half of the 44,000 inmates housed at the prison run by private outfits. Like Correction Corps, Wagnut did not lobby for the bill either, but kept tabs on developments from his office in Coral Gables, Florida. I always thought it was Congress would have to pass some sort of crime bill because crime is the public's top concern, said George Zoley, the company's president and chief executive. Wagnut, too, is doing well. So far this year, the company won contracts to build 771 inmate facilities in England, a 750 inmate prisons in Florida. Let me tell you something, homie. 750 inmate prisons in Florida and 1,000 inmate facilities in Texas. One of them for juveniles. Wagnut announced second quarter net of 416,000, an increase of 139% over the same period last year. Second quarter per share earnings was 7 cents compared with 3 cents a year ago. This is brand new and rapidly emerging business where the need to outstrip our resources, Mr. Zoe said. Wagnut shares reached a high of 13,875 on a share. Listen to it, homie. Wagnut reached $13,875 a share on Wednesday from $9 when they first went public in July, nigga.
That is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy too because and I don't understand. That's why I said people really need to do research, because Obama just, when he was in office before he left, signed an executive order that could allow us to be considered terrorists if we pretty much defend ourselves. And so it's a good thing Hillary did not get into office, because if she did, she would have been able to push that executive order, which Donald Trump did stop. So I will tell people I'm not 100% for Donald Trump. Like, please understand that I am not for Donald Trump. But with that, there are some things that he has stopped. There are some things that he has suppressed that have literally saved Black people. You know, and I know it don't seem like it, but that's why I said y'all need to get up on y'all research and look, don't be as trusting to Obama as y'all think, because again, he signed an executive order that pretty much says that we're considered terrorists if we defend ourselves in the event that a riot or you know, they want to conduct martial law starts. And so it just gives us more reason to act out and to allow them to arrest us. So we can't, you know, we cannot play into the shenanigans, especially with the Democratic Party, because if people don't know, the Democratic Party is the most racist of all parties. So I wanted to just throw that in there. Do your research. The Democratic Party was originally started by white people. It wasn't even started by Black people. And they pushed and they forced Black people into the Democratic Party by not allowing them a choice. And as a result of that, you had more Black people who were in fear. So they started voting Democrat. And then before you knew it, it just blew up that, you know, Black people were the Democratic Party. So please understand that the politicians, they don't have our best interest at heart. At the end of the day, I really don't believe either side does at this point. Maybe in past history, when it originally started, you know, it was probably good versus bad, but now it's all compromised. It's all tainted. So I personally don't vote. I don't know about everybody else. I personally don't vote. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, you no, I don't do that," because
not over here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a ritual. It's a ritual to get the worst person in there. You know what I'm saying? It's a ritual to get the worst person in office to be able to gain control, and that's really what it's all about. So before y'all go and y'all do all of this voting for either side of the party, make sure y'all research. Just type in Google these people names, what they do, and listen to what they say. Because a lot of them, especially people like Joe Biden, I was just watching this interview. I don't remember where he was, but he was doing an interview. He was on some news station, and they were questioning him about the sexual assault on the 7 women. And it was crazy because he gets on there and he pretty much says he's sorry about what happened, but he's not sorry. So when we see people like Joe Biden and we hear these stories of him molesting and doing all of this shit, it's, to me, why would you want somebody like that in office? Why would you? You know what I'm saying? These people literally have money, they have power. And for all of those people out there that be blind, that be trying to act like they don't know what's going on, you know what's going on. And so I highly, like I said, I recommend y'all really do y'all research on the people that y'all want in there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was a hoax.
Them niggas out there, we don't want them niggas out there. Don't want now one of they motherfucking that.
Nobody, but they also put us in a bad predicament anyway. When you have Hillary versus Trump, and then you have what's the other dude?
Biden.
No, not Biden. The other guy. Shit, his name. Who?
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders. Okay, and then everybody wants to be on Bernie Sanders' nutsack, and then they make it. They make a way to get him out so that you can only have.
He left right during Corona. That nigga ain't put up a fight.
Just was nothing. But that was also scripted. They didn't want him in there from the beginning because they knew majority people were going to get him in that office. They wanted him in there. And so they had to find a way to, well, you know what? Let's not get him in there because that's what people want. And so again, he drops out and we're only left with 2 choices. And it's not nobody we want. So again, when y'all go to these polls and y'all are doing all of this, you know what I'm saying? For the people that do vote, be very aware. And a lot of these politicians will tell you out of their own mouths. Obama has done it. He did it with Bill Gates and his motherfucking ass. And the whole foundation, fucking YouTube, the CEO of YouTube, she be working with Hillary ass. And so, you know, everything at this point is compromised. Everything is tainted. And we gotta like, we have to start sticking together as a community. And a community don't have to just be one community. And I want to say too, because in all of this, a lot of time people want to make it all about Black people. It's not all Black people. It's not all white people. It's not all Mexican people. It's not all Indian people. You know what I'm saying? But it is a lot of Black people. It is a lot of white people. It is some Mexicans in there, and there's some other people too. So we really have to be conscious of the energies that we have around us. We have to be very conscious of the things that people say. Don't just take it for certain. Hold on, let me keep going. I gotta grab my computer charger.
All right, do your thing. Hey, appreciate that love, EJ. Appreciate that love, Dave. Hey, y'all, bang the like button, get the likes up, man. Let's try to get to 100 likes. Let's get to 100 likes, goddamn. Bang the cash up too, goddamn. All right, we gonna turn up. Currently just 13 states, including Maryland, Texas, California, and Florida, have privately managed correction facilities, although 36 states permit them. About 2% of the nation's inmates are in such facilities. Now, this is in 1994. Now, look how many motherfucking private prisons it is. Yet, projections are that more states will be turning to private management companies to run their prisons, encouraged in part by studies showing that private industry with larger or more effective prisons can house inmates up to 15% less expensively than government. Okay, this shit is all about money, okay? It's all about the money, homie. Private prisons are an idea. This is why the mass incarceration came, okay? Private prisons are an idea whose time has come and whose used in acceleration rapidly, said Prudential Securities analyst Lincoln Worden in the Whacking Nut shares a buy in Whacking Nut shares a buy rating last week. Since 1981, the number of state prisons, privately and publicly run, have doubled to more than 1,300. That's not enough. About 40 states under court orders to ease crowding, and 30,000 people convicted in the states of violent crimes were released last year without spending a day behind bars. Not one day. Why? Because we have no room for these guys, said Senator Joseph Biden, a Democrat from Delaware, railed on the Senate floor in calling for passage of the White House-backed measure. Democrats and Republicans agree more prisons are needed, and the crime bill will build 100. Listen to this. The crime bill will build how many? 125,000 prison cells over the next 6 years. All right. Them motherfuckers built 125,000, nigga, in 6 years. Private prison.
If you really think about that, that is crazy. Think about the manpower. Think about the money. Like, think about the time. Like, all of this, like this is crazy. And so, as much energy as these negative people put into shit like this, we need to be equally the same, just the opposite. We need to be fighting equally, because these people are like these people. I give credit when it's due. These people work really, really hard to keep us in this fucked up ass system. So, y'all, listen, like, for real.
There are plenty of critics of private prisons. Public sector unions seeing them as a threat to their job. Civil liberties advocate feel that they are less accountable, yet many tax-weary public officials and citizens seem to like the idea of private prisons. And the bill approved by Congress permits the new federal funds to be used to build them. So taxpayer dollars paying for this shit too. Ted Goins, of industry analyst of Branch Cabell Co. in Richmond, Virginia, agrees. Less than 3% of the market shares is now held by private prisons, but that's shown that they can do a better job and cheaper than the public sector, Mr. Goins said. Do I see a bright future for these guys? And he rubbed his fingers together and said, absolutely yes. All right, now we're going to move on, all right? So, nigga, this shit was all about the money. It's all about the money. This is why you got mass incarceration. This is where the mass incarceration came from. All right, where I'm at with this.
It's almost kind of like the boxing industry. If you think about it, all of it is how you market, and unfortunately and unconsciously we fall into it. You know, we pay all of this money just to we paying all of this money to arrest ourselves, like literally. Or if we're not arresting ourselves, we arresting, you know, the people that we know. Or we helping Congress unconsciously and unintentionally to put our own people, you know, because they don't make prisons and stuff for white people, even though they know that they got to get their asses in there too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
As Senator Joe Biden struggled 26 years ago to put together a massive crime bill, he relied on a man named Tom Scotto, who become a fixture in his Capitol Hill office. Day after day, Scotto walked into Biden's sanctum and convinced him to take up the ante, asking for billions of dollars for 100,000 police officers, which in turn required a major expansion of prisons across the world. There wasn't one thing he said no. Scotto recalled in the interview. Scotto, however, was named a member of Biden's staff. He was the president of the National Association of Police Organizations, representing about 220,000 police department employees, the nation's second largest such group, as Scotto worked alongside Biden in writing the crime bill, which became law. He personalized the bond that the senator from Delaware proudly maintained with the new law enforcement community power brokers. As Biden later said of his work with Scotto organization, boasting of his ties, You guys sat at the conference table of mine for a 6 months period, and you wrote the bill. Biden deep relationship with police groups. Listen to this. Biden deep relationship with police groups while crafting the landmark 1994 legislation reflected his decade-long partnerships with them as he embraced a tough on crime persona. Let me tell you something, homie. We finna walk this nigga ass down, all right? Finna walk him down. Because motherfuckers still feel like this nigga here, we could do with him, we'd rather him than Trump, right? So y'all niggas need to understand what the fuck going on. He already came out and said he ain't fucking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? These niggas out here pushing. Biden deep relationship with police groups while crafting the landmark 1994 legislation reflected his decade-long partnership with them as he embraced a tough on crime persona. One that extended from his time in the Senate to his work as vice president when he served as liaison between police and the fucking White House. But now, as Biden runs for president amid a national reckoning over the police violence and racial injustice, that long alliance is threatening to undermine a cornerstone of his candidacy. The Democratic nominee is seeking to channel the anger of African Americans. Let's run that back. The Democratic nominee is seeking to channel the anger of African Americans, one of his party's most important voting blocks, by calling for real police reform and promising a combat systematic racism. In doing so, however, Biden is effectively distancing himself from some of his own work with law enforcement groups and from his own comments about not caring of the social economic background of those who turn to crime, while promising to undo some of the very measures he helped enact 26 years ago. Biden last year said some parts of the bill had failed while others had succeeded. His record is undergoing heightened scrutiny and protests mount over the killing of George Floyd, and police conduct emergence of central campaign issues. Biden past ties to police groups could become more of a challenge for him as some police unions resist change to defend officers accused of racism. Meanwhile, President Trump on Friday noted that he had signed a criminal justice overhaul bill into law while retweeting a statement from a conservative African-American author that Biden crime bill led to mass incarceration of my people. Okay, Trump be with the bullshit. Y'all gotta watch that whole fly with it too. He tweeted out, cause Biden out here kneeling down for you niggas on the Kaepernick, nigga. He took a Tim Tebow knee on you niggas with the kente clout on, goddamn. And Trump then hit him with a motherfucking tweet, with a nigga tweet that talking about Biden crime bill led to mass incarceration of my people. Then Trump tweeted on Sunday that sleepy Joe Biden and the radical left Democrats want to defund the police, but Biden told CBS News Monday, I do not support the defunding of the police. Yeah,
Crazy.
Trump be bullshit. He want all the smoke, goddamn. You know what I'm saying?
He do. You know? And he don't be playing when it come to them tweets. He don't be playing no games.
Yeah, check your boy Biden out. 1994. 1993. Let's check this nigga ass out. We're gonna walk this shit down. Bang the light button, bang the cash up.
Whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter, my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter or not whether or not.
Hold on, let me share my screen. I want y'all to see this nigga. I want y'all to see his motherfucking ass. Hey, y'all, let's get 100 likes. Let's get 100 likes. I'm gonna have to go out the air for about 2 days, goddamn, because YouTube ain't bullshit with my motherfucking algorithm. All right, let's turn up. Talk to him, Joey B. Oh ass nigga.
They had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result.
Okay, he talking about you niggas. Listen to him.
Background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons.
Y'all hear this nigga? He talking about y'all. Check him out. This is Joey B. This is the Joey B. Fried chicken, big booty black women fucking Joey B.
I'm gonna ask, what made them do this? They must take it off the street. That's number one. There's a consensus on that. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents,
listen
without
to him.
supervision, without
say you niggas born out of wedlock.
There's a consensus on that. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without...
Say you niggas ain't got no structure, no supervision, and then we seen yesterday, we seen them come out talking about you niggas ain't got no vocabulary, so at nighttime, your mama need to, they gonna bring social workers in the house because it ain't your mama don't want to raise you, but she don't know how to raise you. So she need to leave the TV and the motherfucking record player on so you niggas can learn a better vocabulary, okay? This is your boy, Joey B.
Developing because they literally, I give myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. Madam President, we have predators on our streets that society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created. Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. Beyond the pale. And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society.
Listen to him.
And the truth is, we don't very well know how to rehabilitate them at that point. That's the sad truth. I'm the guy that said rehabilitation, when it occurs, we don't understand it, notice it, and when we notice it and we know it occurs, we don't know why. So you cannot make rehabilitation a condition for release. That's why in our system, there's the federal system, you serve 85% of your time. It's a shame, but we don't know how to rehabilitate. But there is a consensus, and I will cease. A, must make the streets safer. I don't care why someone is a malfactor in society. I don't care why
he don't give a
someone
fuck
is antisocial. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society, try to help them, try to change the behavior. That's why we do in this bill. We have drug treatment and we have other treatments to try to deal with it. But they are in jail, away from my mother, your husband, our families. But we would be absolutely stupid as a society if we didn't recognize the condition that nurtured those folks still exist. And we must deal with that.
Damn.
Okay, so one of the issues that I have with this is whenever he wants to make the comment about family, Black families and being born out of wedlock. And so one thing, I don't know if a lot of people know where marriage actually stemmed from. So marriage and even women getting pregnant or giving birth was not a right that we had as slaves. And so the white man literally in our history, in order to have population control, would, if you had a slave, a man, if they, had a slave that was a man and he had a wife, or not even a wife, or a partner, in order to have population control, what they did was they ordered that the Black people could only give, where the Black women could only give birth if they were married. That's where we get that whole I wanna get married before I have a baby shit from. the white man literally imposed that bullshit on us and told us that we could not give birth unless we were married. And that was in order to gain population control. And so a lot of people now, they're so quick to get married. They're so quick to say, oh, I don't want a baby out of wedlock. And they really don't even understand where it came from. And that kind of ties into polygamy as well, because in our history, it showed that women outnumbered men. So oftentimes when you did have a man, a black man, he had multiple wives. And it wasn't because, you know, oh, he was just trying to be no player or pimp back in slavery days. Like, it wasn't no shit like that. The man was literally the backbone for the fucking family. And they would they would, you know, degrade our men, they would rape our men, and in front of the women. You know what I'm saying? So when he says shit like that, you know, as far as our families and stuff, he is the one who fucked it up for us. He and his people are the ones that did all of this, just like they want to blame us for all of these crimes when you all put drugs into our communities and we acted on it. It's just kind of like what the shit they just did here in Dallas. And I actually had a friend that was downtown the night before all of that rioting happened, and they were saying that he was saying that he seen a truck come in, and it was some men that came off and was literally placing the bricks downtown. It was like a high level ass amount of bricks that they had put downtown. So when they go downtown and everybody is peacefully protesting, the white men, because it was majority of them, it were the agents, came and they started being very destructive to our shit. And before you know it, everybody started jumping in. So when these people talk, they talk in circles. It's called salad that they do in politics. And they literally tell you what the fuck they're doing. And they put it to you in a way that makes you believe it's your fault, but they want you to believe it's your fault, and they want you to act accordingly. So people like Joe Biden, especially being on a Democratic Party, and a lot of that is revolted towards Black people. We really have to do our research, and we really have to understand when they say shit like that. Oh, you know, out of wedlock, and you know, we got to get these people off the streets. You all are the reason why they're acting the way that they are. And so I don't really understand myself why so many people are so for Joe Biden. I don't know why so many people are so,
well, you know, he kind of riding under that Obama shit. You know what I'm saying? Like over here, we bang on.
But you know,
go ahead. My bad. I don't rep Trump. I feel like both of them. We brought out the racism in both of them.
Yes.
But over here, we bang on Joe Biden, and we expose everything that them niggas come out with. We expose it over here on this channel. So the chat, they super up to. That's why we call him Joey B. We gave her a nickname and everything. You know what I'm saying? We done went all through his closet and shit and pulled all the nigga skeletons out. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how we end up over here on this bill. That's what we do. We just came off that nigga ass like yesterday and the day before that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, for that polygamy shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
old man prophet said they toss salad too.
They got a little bit of that. They got a lot of that going on over there too.
And who is it? The motherfucking governor of New York got his nipples pierced and shit. Like, listen, they out here. They out here. Like, they out here. And then he had
talking about Cuomo.
Cuomo, yeah, got his nipples pierced, and it was this picture. It was so funny where he's walking out.
Niggas licking on him and shit, huh?
Look, he was walking out of a government building, and he was putting his jacket on, and he was like this. And when he go like this, you can see that whole nipple piercing. Both of them was pierced. And then he tried to challenge a tattoo artist who was like, no, his nipples are definitely pierced. So like I said, it's a lot of scandals going on. It's a lot of them, especially up there in New York. You know what I'm saying? They have,
you know, Cuomo running for president 2024.
Oh, listen, I've heard, but I just listen, we look, we gotta focus on right now And if we can drain the shit that we have right now, Cuomo won't even have a fighting chance. But we need our people, you know what I'm saying, to step up and do what the fuck they need to do. You know what I'm saying? We can't just rely on one organization or one community to do. It's a lot of work that needs to be done. And so, like I said, we have to really pay attention, because if we don't, we will, well, not me, but a lot of people will fall victim to the shit that's going on. So y'all, let this be inspiration to y'all, and teach somebody something. Let people teach you something. And a lot of times, especially, I don't really like talking politics with people, because a lot of times people don't, they want to hear what you have to say, but if it's not in accordance to what they want, then they just kind of dish it out. But sometimes, like I say, I tell people all the time, sometimes you have to over exaggerate things in order to get people to see the truth. And so I don't have a problem doing that at all. But I think another thing that we fall victim to is that we don't want to learn, and we don't want people teaching us. We feel like who are you to try to teach me something, when we can learn from everybody. Me, I'm 29 years old. I can learn from a baby. I learn from my 10-year-old daughter all the time. So a lot of times we don't want to hear honest truth, and we don't want to be taught. You know what I'm saying? But we have to find some type of way to get out of that habit of not wanting to be taught. We have to get into the habit of wanting to research. We have to get into the habit of knowing these people and these negative ass energies that surround us, because it's going to continue to happen, and it doesn't help. You know, and I know we all understand this, but it doesn't help when everybody's arguing back and forth, but nothing is getting done. And when everybody's arguing, nothing is really being said, because you can't hear shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that we all, including myself, everybody needs to do a little bit better. Everybody.
Tracy talking about here in the BDSM. I say, come on in the BDSM. Come on, get tied up around this motherfucker. Flybird, little fine ass say, what's your channel?
Oh, on excuse me, on YouTube, it's Dezidc, capital A, capital C, Dezidc AC. I'm really more on Instagram, which is DEZIDC, Dezidc on Instagram. I'm on there a little bit more than I am YouTube. I'm going to start back on YouTube doing interviews and other things on there as well. But I've kind of slowed down, only because, like you said, the algorithm for YouTube has been pretty crazy and hectic. I've been seeing a lot of people getting, especially when you talk about topics like this, people videos be getting blocked and taken down. And then that's another thing that I want people to also understand. If you are a Hillary supporter or of the Democratic Party, they're the CEO of YouTube. And what is it's in change.org. Change.org is that place that you can go to make petitions against government chaos and all of that shit. The owner of the CEO of YouTube is working close to Hillary Clinton, which is not a coincidence. If you think so, okay, but it's not a coincidence. So the more people that you have advocating and speaking out, you're gonna find they might fuck up your algorithm when it comes to YouTube. So I've been trying to kind of mentally get into it, like in the Matrix and shit. I've been trying to just wiggle my way in and figure out how this algorithm works. I'll hit it some type of way, but yeah, I haven't really been on YouTube as much, but you can find some of my videos on there, but you probably do a little bit better on Instagram. But yes, thank you for the love, Miss Fly Birdie. I appreciate it. Everybody in the chat.
Yeah, put that sexy Fly Birdie in front of it.
Huh?
Got to put a sexy pretty little Fly Birdie in front of it. New Orleans in the building, goddamn. She somewhere in Texas, goddamn.
Yeah, well, what he said. Yes.
Yeah, everything what I said, capital letters.
Is that
going to this? Making America streets safer. The future of cops program. Bang the light bulb, bang the cash out. We about to turn up. This right here is a hearing before the subcommittee on crime and drugs of the Committee of the Judiciary, United States Senate, 107 107 Congress first session. This happened on December the 5th, 2001. Serial number J-107-51. All right, let's turn up. Let me pull it up. Let me get down here to the good shit. Making America Streets Safer, the Future of Cops Program. Wednesday, December the 5th, 2001, United States City Subcommittee Crime Drugs. All right. Opening statements of Honorable Joseph R. Biden Jr., a U.S. Senator from the state of Delaware. All right, so this Joe Biden, motherfucking ass. Chairman Biden. I think I will begin. Some of my colleagues will be coming in. There is a lot going on today. Most important event in Washington today is Storm Thurmond's 99th birthday. God loves him. Right, y'all know that God loves you. When you hit that God loves you on your ass, we just had a little party for him. Can you imagine? All right, let me come down here, goddamn. Let me come down here. Get to the real shit. All right, I have long maintained the view one shared by most of the witnesses today, particularly my county executive and his number one assistant, both having a former colonels of the Newcastle Police Department in my state, the second largest police department. I have long maintained the view shared by them and many of them that our communities, our responsibilities in government to make the streets safe. It comes before everything, and it comes before everything, including things I strongly support education and a whole range of other things. Y'all know he crazy than the motherfucker. I didn't make it sound like that. That's how that nigga said it. They had to write everything down. He said, y'all know he crazy than the motherfucker. If you cannot walk out in the street and rest, all the rest of your civil liberties are somewhat diminished. Also, they share the community of cops on the street and being one of the most effective means stopping crime. I used to say back in 1994 when Colonel Gordon, now County Executive Gordon, was helping me write the crime bill. As many as you in this room, as well as I don't know how many times you have heard me say that the only thing we know for certain about crime is there are 4 corners at an intersection for 3 cops, and on 3 of the 4 corners, there is going to be crime committed. If it would be committed on the corner while there's no cops make a difference. Cops prevent crime. Presence prevent crime. This afternoon, hearing in the future of the cops program, that is the community-oriented police service program. We have very distinguished panels of witnesses with us today, and I'm eager to hear your testimony. When I called the first hearing, I wanted to be straight up with y'all because the most of the police officers in here are my friends, and we have worked together for a long time. I have 2 reasons for calling this hearing. I want to have the ulterior motive. I want to have the motive straight out front for everybody to understand. First of all, I want a hearing on what has been from the Heritage Foundation and other places. Criticism of the cops program does not work. I want to make the case because I think the studies show that it does work. I want to examine the cops program and hear from local officers, sheriffs, chiefs, on their views of the program. It was 7 years ago we passed the Biden crime bill. Okay, he called that motherfucker the Biden crime bill. And 100,000 new cops, more prisons, and smart prevention. They're part of the equation that I thought many of you in the audience thought would make our streets safer. In creating the cops program, I had 2 primary purposes in mind. 1, to encourage the police departments to make a fundamental and critical shift in their philosophy by embracing the notion of community policing, something we all have taken for granted. Now, back then, 1985, 86, 87, 88, 89, until 1994, it was not the norm. And secondly, to deliver needed dollars to the police department. I'm going to get y'all out of here, goddamn. Our local police department, so they can beef up their forces. There are some things we have known about crime, and I said that there is a cop crime or not committed. This is not rocket science. It's charges and prevented the presence of cops, well as their arrests follow in the committee, and there are 7 years later. I think proof that we had in mind made sense and worked. Crime is down 22% from the date and the crime bill was signed. The percentage of cops in our community went from 4 to 21% in 3 years. All right, now I'm gonna stop it right there. And I'm gonna swing it over here. Let me bang my turn this motherfucking screen on, shut my screen real quick, and I'm gonna get y'all ass up out of here, goddamn. Do we got 100 likes out there? How y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling out there?
Hey.
You ain't got no more grapes over there?
Oh my God. I was like tempted to run back in the kitchen and get some, but look.
Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They don't need no more. All right,
look at his ass. He just looked like a robot. He looked like a robot. Look at him.
Nigga full of that medication.
Look, he looked crazy. Look at
He full of that hoe can't even blink. That hoe just look sad all the time, guys. Niggas just be looking sad.
Do you believe systemic racism in law enforcement?
Absolutely. But it's not just in law enforcement, it's across the board. It's in housing, it's in education, it's in everything we do. It's real, it's genuine, it's serious. Look, not all law enforcement officers are racist. My Lord, there's some really good cops out there. But the way in which it works right now, we've seen too many examples of it.
Do you support defunding the police?
No, I don't support defunding the police. I support conditioning federal aid to police based on whether or not they meet certain basic standards of decency and honorableness, and in fact are able to demonstrate they can protect the community and everybody in the community.
Does it hurt Democrats' cause if there are some in your party that are saying defund the police? The president is suggesting that shows Democrats are weak in terms of law and order.
The president has no credibility on anything. He lies. He's the first person anyone can think of in modern history who's taken regular military officers and had them move against peaceful demonstrators, causing 4 former chiefs of staff to say, this guy's bad, this guy.
Hey, y'all hear this nigga talking this shit? But see, these motherfuckers through that bill too. You know what they passed? They passed the 1033 program. Y'all go look up the program 1033, all right? Well, they made it legal for police to go in and buy military weapons from the Department of Defense. Okay? They started rising the motherfucking police. And he come out, see, if you don't know, that shit'll fly over your head. And the nigga can come out here and talk to you like that. You know what I'm saying? But go look up program 1033 where them niggas made it lawful where the police can go in and start buying military weapons from the motherfucking Justice Department.
Wrong. He should just stop.
Let's talk about the new proposal that the Democrats in Congress have just proposed. Let me go through some of the elements of that bill and ask whether yes or no you support them. Lynching as a federal hate crime.
Yes, it should be a federal hate crime.
Creating a national police misconduct registry.
Yes, but I understand the registry that police have a requirement to.
Wait, can you pause it real quick? Okay. Oh, never mind. No. Go ahead. I'll talk about it because I was getting ready to say something about that police registry, but he finna talk on it. So let's go. My bad. Go ahead.
Or a police officer, it gets reported to the Department of Justice, so there's an ongoing file.
As you know, the cop who allegedly killed George Floyd had some 18 or so complaints against him.
That's the example of what I'm talking about.
Shouldn't that information be public?
Yes, it should.
And do you support a federal ban on chokeholds?
Absolutely, positively.
You know, I'm asking about this because many people are looking at what has happened to George Floyd and said, where's the change? Where's the policy? What specifically, as President of the United States, will you do to end systemic racism?
Oh, well, I tell you what, I've laid out a whole plan to how I do that. Number one, you have to start off by insisting that the police departments meet national standard of what constitutes policing that is appropriate. And all police departments are going to have to adopt it. We'll put together a commission to do that. Secondly, we have to make sure that you have police officers who, in fact, when they act inappropriately, are, in fact, not only fired, but held accountable if there's a criminal offense and be held accountable for that offense. Thirdly, we have to, in my view, change the way the entire criminal justice system functions and the prison system. It should turn into a rehabilitation system, not into just punishment.
You're here in Houston to meet with George Floyd's family. What did you say to his family?
Jill and I talked to him about it's hard enough to grieve, but it's much harder to do it in public. It's much harder with the whole world watching. We're an incredible family. His little daughter was there. The one who said, Daddy's going to change the world. I think her daddy is going to change the world. I think what's happened here is one of those great inflection points in American history, for real, in terms of civil liberties, civil rights, and just treating people with dignity.
Why do you think George Floyd's death is a wake-up call for this nation?
When people saw George's face being pushed against with his nose almost being broken and being held up for 8 minutes and 42 seconds, whatever it was exactly, they said, oh my God, this is happening. And all the people coming forward. But you know what they told me? They told me how they were encouraged by the fact that the protest here in Texas and other places, all the young white men and women marching with young black men and women, almost as many.
Check them out.
Change. There's hope. They have hope.
Fuck out of here.
So I had literally just researched this shit on this little fuck ass proposal that they have going on. So this little order that they're making is supposed to be to abolish all of these what is it? The legal protections. I wrote it down. To abolish legal protections for state law enforcement officers who violate constitutional rights. But what they're not going to tell you is that the system that they have right now is pretty much allowing officers to be able to, what they're saying is they want to put this in place so that police can stop killing. But the thing is, what it doesn't do is it's not going to allow federal officers. It will allow federal officers to go to other places and pretty much apply to be a cop if you have a background. Now, the issue that I have with this is that why aren't you all already doing why are you all already not tracking this shit? Okay, I saw a post the other day too where this girl was holding up a sign and the sign was like, I don't remember what the second part said, but it was like 840 hours to become a cop. And then it was like 1,500 hours to go to school or to do some shit like that. And so with this whole the CBP officials agency, according to the CBP officials, the agency is plagued with high rates of corruption, misconduct, and excessive force. And the thing is, when they want to implement this law that's supposed to track police officers so that they don't get hired on at other places after they done their bullshit. But my thing is, why don't you all already have that in place? It should be in place when they go and they do, the background checks and all this on officers, regardless, they use the same system. They use the same exact system all across the board. It might be tweaked just a little bit, but if you're an officer, let's say in Texas, and you do some bullshit, you can go to Chicago and become a police officer. And they're saying that this law that they're supposedly going to pass is supposed to help. It's supposed to help be able to regulate that and not allow these police officers to be able to move around like they do. But again, like I said, there are loopholes to all of it, because the thing is, you all should already have this fucking information. So you all are literally just talking in circles about implementing a law that pretty much is not really going to help us, because what's going to happen is a police officer is going to go somewhere else. They're going to get hired on. And the thing is, if a victim, again, cannot prove that this actual officer did some bullshit in Texas, then it goes completely out of the window. So all of this shit that Joe Biden is saying is a bunch of bullshit, and it sounds good to an extent, but it's bullshit. Because the registry that they're talking about should already be able to tell you that an officer is crooked. It should already, y'all should know that. I tried to apply to be an officer, literally in Dallas, here in Dallas. And I don't think she was supposed to tell me, but the guy that was actually working on my profile and getting my information and stuff, he left notes. And one of the notes that he left, his assistant told me, because I had called human resources to check on the status of my application. And she told me, well, when you do things like smoke marijuana, if it's on your record, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to hire you. Like this lady, and she's the assistant to the guy who's doing my background. She told me this out of her own mouth. And so I legally could go and sue her for that shit, because the thing is, you're being biased towards me as a Black person. And I'm sure there's probably more than half of the motherfuckers on the force that probably smoked weed, killed somebody, did some crooked ass shit in they past. I don't know anybody who hasn't, but the mere fact that they use that as an excuse so that they don't have to be able to hire Black people, you know what I'm saying? And they do crooked shit all the time. So y'all literally read y'all rights, and y'all stay up on y'all shit. If you go to the store, okay, and they have a sign that say the candy is 99 cents on sale, and the sale is over, but the sign is still there, you get your candy for 99 cents. Okay? Get your candy for 99 cents. Read the policy. When I go into a store, I read the store's policy. I literally do. When I go into Kroger, when I go into CVS, and they cereal done went up to like $6. They cereal, they Frosted Flakes is $6. And I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm mad as hell because prices are going up. $6. And it wasn't even for the family box. It wasn't even for the
family. Hey, hold up, Dezidc, man. I just got a text, man. My little cousin just got in a wreck, man. His little boy just died. His wife and his son just died. I gotta call over there and see what they got going on.
Oh my God, my sympathies, King. Take care of your business.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Right, hey, y'all hold it down, man. Let me see what's going on over here.
Listen, y'all. Time is precious. Time is of the essence. It's important. And I want to say more. Well, I'm not even just gonna put an emphasis to my ladies, to my men as well. Like, I know it's hard out here. It really fucking is. It really is. Everybody is living, you know, day by day, and some of us are trying and some of us aren't. But queens, let me tell you something. If you got a chick out here, you know what I'm saying, that you see needs help, don't be afraid to reach out and help. Men, don't be afraid to be a man to these women out here. It wasn't until, I had moved to Texas, I had seen more men abusing their women than in the state of DC. And I would have thought DC was more crooked. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't until I had moved out here that I saw that. And the thing is, we really, really need to find some type of unity. We really need to put our past issues to the side. Ladies, if a man done hurt you, let his ass go, because karma is coming. And everybody